So it's a beautiful Kesagami walleye. Hey, hey, Kesagami walleye. Look at, isn't he cute? And good size, look at this. Too big for shore lunch. This is awesome. Look at the size of these fish.
Canadian Sport Fishing, brought to you by Rapala, premium fishing gear crafted from experience. Yamaha Outboards, reliability starts here. Dickies, guaranteed workwear since 1922. Lucky Strike, all you need is a Lucky Strike.
You know, here at Kesagami Lake, the walleye are everywhere. And I've come up over the last 25 years, from the last week in May, which is when we come up this year, right through to the middle of summer. And it seems that the walleye fishing is always good. So if you want, you can fish shallower points in 1 to 3 feet of water, or you can fish bays like open water that we're fishing now. A lot of guys troll for them. So we're just trying to catch our shore lunch. So this is one of a few. Now you're probably wondering why I'm using a net when I could just be lifting the fish into the boat. It's because we're using really light line. We're using ultralights. And this is a new net that I'm going to tell you about from Lucky Strike that's ideal for this kind of fishing. So they do have a slot limit here. So the fish that you're allowed to keep for shore lunch have to be between 14 and 18 inches. So this one is prime. He's about 15 inches. So we're probably going to have a couple of walleye each, the fillets for lunch, and it's going to make a nice meal. Bill, have you done much walleye fishing in northern lakes?
I haven't, no.
Because this is really considered like a traditional Ontario wilderness fishing experience. That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
You know, because you can target bigger pike, like we've been doing, you know, the last day and a half, in the shallower water using spoons or buzz baits and, you know, all kinds of baits. Or you can fish jigs like this, and usually even within a half an hour before shore lunch, you know, get your fish that you need for shore lunch. You know, when most people think of jigging for walleye or fishing for walleye, they probably envision using a twister tail anywhere from 2.5 to 3 inches long on a jig head. But one of the things that works really well with these twister tails is to use little spinners. What I'm holding up here on my leg is a variety of small spinners that are made by Lucky Strike. These are very inexpensive, they're very flashy, and they're very light. And they're ideal to use either with live bait or with plastic grubs. So I'm just going to put these down so the wind doesn't blow them away. You can see that all of them are designed so that you can either remove or change the hooks that are on the actual spinners by using the little split ring that's on there. And in this other case right here, the spinners have a little spring that if you lift up, it exposes the shaft, so you can put a hook right onto the actual eye and then pull the spring back down and it closes it again so a fish can't open it. Now this particular spinner that I have on here, which I've been using and catching quite a few walleye, you can see that the white twister is on an exposed hook, but because I was casting and retrieving it and fishing a little bit deeper water, deeper than 3 feet, I added a split shot sinker. So that sinker helps me in casting with a light bait caster, and also if I'm trolling or drifting in the wind, it keeps that little spinner going along the bottom. You know, you can get great tips like these and more by going to our website, or you can just Google Ask Italo. And if you have any questions that have to do with walleye fishing or lodges like Kesagami, I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Now let's get back to that great action.
Dickies, Sport Fishing Sweepstakes.
So I was at the mainland river and there's two like
pond. So we were trying to catch something at the waterfall, but I tried beside it and I was using night crawlers and I got a pretty big chug and I reeled it in. When we caught it, we took the hook out of its mouth and we put it back in the water.
We'd love to hear your fishing story. Go to our website and enter the Dickey's Sport Fishing Sweepstakes. It's free, and you could win some great prizes.